Can either coronavirus or Bernie Sanders be stopped?
Today is South Carolina primary day, and CNN has just compared Bernie Sanders to the coronavirus. This is crazy. Now, I got to be honest, I laughed when I saw this because of how crazy it is, because of how absurd, how ridiculous this is. Let me show you the chyron right here. So I first saw this from Wendy Muse. She tweeted out the screenshot. I'll show you a clip in a second. But this is Smerconish on CNN with the chyron here. Can either coronavirus or Bernie Sanders be stopped? This is manufacturing consent 101. This is subjectively telling people at home that are watching this that if you're scared of coronavirus, you should also be scared of Bernie Sanders. By connecting him to an infectious disease, you are not only turning Bernie Sanders into a total negative, like you should be afraid, scared of him, but you're also making an anti-Semitic trope. There is a long history of the Jewish people being compared to infectious diseases, and CNN is falling into that right here. This is indefensible. If this happened to any other candidate, it would be a big deal, but the fact that it happened to the Jewish candidate in the race makes it just completely ridiculous, absurd, stunning, whatever way you want to describe it. It's nuts. Let me show you a clip of this here.
Can either coronavirus or Bernie Sanders be stopped? I'm Michael Smerconish in Philadelphia. An already unpredictable presidential campaign just became more so. A list of intangibles which included the impact of impeachment, a large Democratic field, congested candidate lanes, and the looming prospect of no one getting the majority of delegates needed to secure the nomination before the convention now includes the spread of a deadly virus. We have 67 known cases.
So, okay. This is hard to judge because even though clearly I don't think they meant anything by it, by doing this, and let me be clear here. I don't think Smerconish meant anything by it. I just think he's completely clueless. The producers, though, we don't know. We don't know who's writing the scripts. We don't know who thought this up, this brilliant idea to compare Bernie Sanders to the coronavirus. Like, they really don't get the implications of this. Clearly, I think. And even if even if it is an accident, you still have to apologize for this. This is very similar to when Chris Matthews compared Bernie Sanders to 1940s Germany taking over France. Like, this is very, very similar to that, and Chris Matthews had to apologize for that. CNN, this happened in the past couple hours. I imagine CNN is going to apologize for this. You have to. This is completely absurd. But again, if there was any question about how the media feels about Bernie Sanders, about how they don't think twice about putting a chyron or a headline out like this, like it really shows you where their bias is. And not even just this. I mean, you've seen the countless segments that I've covered on my show of media bias against Bernie Sanders. They are against anybody that threatens their hold on power, or their wealth. So these massive media companies, these massive giant, companies that essentially control what the narrative is for these campaigns, for these races, they benefit from the current system. They benefit from the status quo. So when they see Bernie Sanders in a massive, diverse movement of people, a lot of young people as well, engaged in a movement for a better world, for Medicare for all, for higher taxes on multinational corporations, for canceling student debt, for higher wages, for tackling climate change seriously. I mean, this threatens their wealth, it threatens their advertisers, and it threatens their power. So they're not going to think twice about putting a headline out like this because it accomplishes exactly what they want to accomplish, and that's turning the Bernie Sanders campaign, turning this mass movement of people for a better world, turning that into a negative. And by comparing Bernie Sanders to the coronavirus, that's exactly what they're doing right here.